Good afternoon and welcome back to the Illiterate Creek. Today we're going to look at James 1. Let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God. For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone. But each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. Then when desire has conceived, it brings forth sin, and sin, when it is full grown, brings forth death. Think of the story of Cain and Abel, for example. God warned Cain that sin was crouching at the door waiting for him. The Amplified Bible goes on further to say about James 1. Let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God, for God is incapable of being tempted by what is evil, and he himself tempts no one. So I'll take a look at that word tempted. It's the Greek word parazo, and the concordance is G3985. And it means to inflict evil on one to test his character. Men are said to try to tempt God by exhibitions of distrust. So you look at when Jesus was tempted in the wilderness, what was one of the things that Satan did to him? He brought him up to a high place and he said, if you're the Son of God, jump off here because the angels will protect you. And what did Jesus say back to him? He said, it is written, you shall not tempt the Lord your God. Another form of temptation for us really is unbelief. How many things have you done because you didn't want to believe God and what God told you to do? No, I don't really think so. And how many times have you blamed God when things don't go your way? I know I've done that. And my ways have always gone by the gutter. Let's face it, our ways are the way of death. But there is encouraging words for us. In 1 Corinthians 10:13, it says, no temptation, and it's the same word again, regardless of its source, has overtaken or enticed you that is not common to human experience, nor is any temptation unusual or beyond human resistance. So again, it's one more characteristic of Christ. He walked the face of the earth as a human man. He faced every temptation that you and I face, every one of them, and yet he walked sinlessly. It's in our human nature to blame someone else for things that are going on in our lives. It's always somebody else's fault. And this started back with Adam, back in Genesis 3:12, when Adam and Eve had sinned and they ate the apple and God came looking for them. What's the first thing that Adam said to God? Oh, the woman you gave to me, she made me eat it. So he was blaming her, blaming someone else, and that's what we all want to do sometimes. But brothers and sisters, every good gift, every good and perfect gift comes from the Father. And he doesn't tempt us with things. He doesn't say, here, take a look at this, and then snatch it away from us. No, he doesn't. He gives us good and perfect gifts. And I know for some of us, we've had bad experiences with our parents who weren't good parents, who weren't good fathers, who abused us, who cheated us, abused us. But God, our Heavenly Father, has every good and perfect gift for us. He doesn't tempt us. He doesn't try to push us to see how far we'll go. He always gives us a way out because he loves us. Thanks again for coming this afternoon, and we'll talk to you next week. Lord bless y'all.